everybody, welcome to another episode of No Press Podcast. I'm your host, Class, and this is my co-host,
Mspi.
Yeah, we are back at it today. And today we wanted to talk about current movie trailers that came out this week. So, my lovely partner is going to start it off first.
Yeah, so I just kind of wanted to talk about Out of Death. I'm not sure if anyone else is familiar, but this new trailer that came out is for a movie involving Bruce Willis.
Yeah, this is the second trailer that came out.
Yes, and it looks pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Mm-hmm. So what I did notice, though, is that, I mean, he's obviously like one of the heroes from the 90s. He's getting a little older, obviously. Mm-hmm. So I kind of noticed the same similarities between him and Arnold, like the cop movies that they're starring in now. Mm-hmm. Maybe like a retired cop, and then all of a sudden something happens, like some kind of tragedy, and then they become the heroes again. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a fan of that. You know, and I saw that the trailer pretty much contained all of that. I'm not giving anything away. I'm not giving too much away. Like with the trailer, you pretty much get the hang of it. Mm-hmm. And to my surprise, I was like, I know that girl that's starring in the movie, his niece in the movie. And that's actually the girl from White Chicks. So I thought it was pretty interesting. Yeah. I haven't seen her in a long time. I don't think she's gotten a major significant role ever since White Chicks. So that was something different to see, which I enjoy seeing something different from the normal actresses that we're just so used to seeing on the big screen. What do you think of it? So
what I thought about, it's the same thing I've seen Bruce Willis. Like at some point when you're in an older age as an actor and you're not like really going into the Oscar department anymore, you kind of pick movies that are a hit and miss kind of thing. And Bruce Willis is in that department. He's picked some good movies. He's picked some bad movies. He's not exactly picked all the best movies. So this trailer was enticing enough to get like really into it. Like you're sinking your teeth into probably wanting to see this movie because it does have that Die Hard nostalgia vibe to it.
I honestly thought it was Die Hard. I was like, oh wow, another Die Hard movie, but it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, if you were like Die Hard, if you're gonna do a Die Hard movie, like, come on, Bruce can do it still. You just got to do it right. But that being said, it's not a Die Hard movie, but it does have like a story about betrayal and two individual people that don't know each other that come together and become these ultimate like badasses. Like, there's just all this like thing about this movie that's interesting enough to maybe want to watch.
I would have wanted for it to be like a Die Hard, like Die Hard would be the origin, and that would be a story relating to that franchise. That would have been a really cool concept to see because it's just a continuation of his iconic role.
Yeah, John McClane.
And I'm sure a lot of fans would have loved that.
It would have been, you know what? It could have worked out. John McClane could have been this guy who was like, look, I'm tired of life. My wife and I have divorced. My kids don't want anything to do with me. I'm just going to live out in the wilderness by myself. And then all of a sudden, she sees this helpless girl and he's like, oh, here I go again. I got to do the right thing. And then he starts getting involved like John McClane does all the time. Yeah. That would have been perfect. Let's rate this. So from a scale to 1 to 5 from the trailer, do you think it's going to be, it's given the movie enough juice to like momentum to get people to want to watch it?
To be honest, I'm going to speak for myself because I don't know what everyone is into nowadays. I'm, given my age and what I'm used to seeing and what I grew up with, maybe if you're around the same age, if you're born in the late 80s, early 90s, or if you're a 90s kid, you're going to love this type of movie. Yeah. Because it just reminds you that your heroes can still do it. Mm-hmm. It's going to give you a little bit of, what is that word called?
Like a nostalgia?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Like nostalgia. And you're going to remember what makes them so great or what made their movie so great. It could even be like a stepping stone into kind of like, taking out your old DVDs or your old cassette video.
Get you wanting to go watch some Bruce Willis movies. Like, what are those old school bad movies that badass movies that Bruce Willis did? Let me go look at them.
Yeah, it could even inspire you to be like, you know what? I feel like watching the rest of these movies because I miss watching them. Yeah, it's that kind of movie. It reminds me of like the other movies that Arnold has done too. Like when he's an old-time
what's
cop,
his name?
A retired cop.
Sylvester Stallone has done. The Rambo movie.
Yeah,
like that
like
kind of
Expendables type of adventure movie. Yeah. I really like those movies. So personally, for me, on an interest level, that would be like a 4 or a 3.
Okay, yeah, I agree. Like, for people of our age, like in the 30s department and not in the younger department, kids are not really going to be probably into this, and they're not really going to like it. And maybe, who knows? But based on the trailer, I'm going to say, just watching it, I'm going to give it a 3. Because I do believe that the trailer did give its momentum, but it does feel like something that has been done that not everybody in every department is going to get into. Only certain generations.
Like, if you're into action, this is your go-to movie.
Or if you're into Bruce Willis.
Yeah, if you're into Bruce Willis.
If you're a Bruce Willis fan, too, you're going to get into this movie.
Yeah, it's a pretty good movie.
Or the trailer was good.
At least it looks interesting to me. I really hope that it kind of lives up to the hype of the trailer.
All right, let's talk about the next one.
Okay, Candyman. We saw the new Candyman trailer,
number 2,
guys.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. It looks scary. It really does. I'm not gonna lie. I like scary movies for those people out there who are horror fans.
Yes, sir.
It looks like it's creepy. It does the job at being creepy. That's what Candyman's supposed to be. To be honest, I'm not really familiar with the old school Candyman
I am.
movies. I've never watched them. And that's probably because I wasn't allowed to. I was very young. I wasn't lucky enough to, get away with watching it. I've never really watched the originals to kind of make a really thorough review on what I believe Candyman should be.
But based on this trailer.
Based on the trailer that I just saw right now, it looks really creepy. And I'm not gonna lie, I was like, oh wow. Like that kind of looks like I'm not gonna want to watch that by myself, even in broad daylight. So there is something that I did notice though, is that ever since Get Out, the movie, came out, there's been a lot more similar movies. I'm not sure how to feel about that. I mean, I like the positivity to it, which means we see a lot more all African American cast, which is inclusive because we've never seen that type of inclusive people before.
Yeah.
Among the screen, we don't even see Latinos.
The majority of the time, they're getting
white
killed.
people.
Yeah, black people are getting killed in the movies.
Exactly. Majority of the time, we don't see a lot of that. So I like the inclusivity. That's the word I was looking for. I was like, what is that word?
Yeah.
Okay. I like the inclusivity, but at the same time, it's I have to wonder if maybe a lot of the dialogue or maybe the idea or the inspiration came from Get Out. And there's also the director that is actually doing this movie, the same director from Get Out.
Yeah.
So I can't help but to think, are we milking this a little too much? I'm just saying, if something is kind of used a lot, it kind of loses its meaning. The same thing with the Fast and the Furious franchise, but we'll get to that in a bit. Not to get ahead of myself, but I'm just saying, when there's something that has been used a lot, I'm going to give the example of The Matrix, the slow-mo scene with the bullets. Yeah. Now every other movie had copied them, and it's are we being original here, or are we copying from the original?
Yeah.
So I can't help but to think that. I hope that's not the case. If I get to watch this movie, that it's pretty much Get Out, the second version in a different form.
Okay, so my opinion on it is that it's not exactly like Get Out, but the whole casting being... Okay, so I feel like when we start doing these movies, when we're starting to seclude and making only particular characters just all about that, then we're starting to make the audience just based on certain people. We're isolating certain people just because we want to make the movie just solely diverse on one particular gender or race. Pretty much what it seems like.
Yeah.
Not trying to offend or anything like that, but it does seem like kind of like a Tyler Perry type of vibe, but in a horror franchise.
I like Tyler Perry movies. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I mean, they're here and there, but not everybody likes the Tyler Perry movies because it's not everybody's very... I guess diverse in the culture of African American people, so they're not going to get into these type of movies. So it's only based on African American people.
Who cares about that? Because we don't care about racist people.
No, of course not.
What we care about is whether it's going to be original content or is it going to be a copy. of the original concept.
Yeah, like so the Candyman franchise, I felt like it had a great scary narrative in it when I watched the trailer, and it looks creepy. It looks like it's gonna be good. Get Out was great. I loved Get Out. So do I think but I do feel like he missed his mark on that other movie he did. I think it's called Us or something like that. And I'm hoping this one's not going to be the case because the trailer seems enticing enough. So let's see how this plays out.
I'm not going to lie. Like, I thought Us sucked. The movie.
Yeah. That
one sucks. So that's why I have to hold this movie, to the original. Like, is it going to be its own original movie? Or is it going to be like a different version of Get Out? Just like Us. And then it's going to suck.
Yeah. So based on the trailer... it looks like it's going to be good.
So what do we rate that?
Yeah, rating wise, I'm going to rate it right now since I don't know how it's going to go, like at 3, because the trailer still didn't pop enough to be like I'm going to say, oh, this movie's guarantee a 4 or 5. Like I really want to watch it. Now it's kind of like it's still like in between. It's still in the middle for me.
I'm going to rate it a 3 too because it is interesting enough to entice me to want to watch the movie, but. Am I convinced that it will be a good movie with a good ending and a plot twist? Just what I'm looking for in a horror movie, I'm not sure about that yet.
Yeah, I agree.
So we'll see.
All right, so what's the next one? So we got...
Suicide Squad.
Yes.
The third movie.
Number 3, the third trailer.
Yes. You want to go first or should I?
I'll go for it.
Okay. So for Suicide Squad, I did notice that Will Smith will no longer be playing the same character.
They didn't replace him.
They didn't replace him?
No, it's a new character.
Oh, I thought it... Why isn't he in this movie, though?
No, they just... I guess they just wanted to do new characters, like try somebody new and stuff like that. Like all new characters except some characters.
I thought Idris Elba was replacing him because of the little girl. Because he also has a different...
Yeah, in the trailer it almost seems similar, but they're different. His daughter in this one is actually a criminal.
Oh, so it's a different...
So it's a different person, yeah. It's a different character.
It's not the same character.
No, it's somebody different.
That threw me off. Yeah. Because I saw the little girl, and I was like, okay, he's replacing Will Smith then, and the little girl grew up or something.
Yeah.
I'm not very familiar with this.
Yeah, you can't blame her because they always do this where they replace people in movies, and then you have to like kind of figure out whether or not this is going to be somebody. And it didn't seem like the trailer kind of gave you any hint where it was going to go.
They don't explain what happened to the original character or whatever.
No, and you don't know if they replaced Idris Elba, Will Smith, even though to
be honest, I like Idris Elba. He's a really great actor.
Oh, he's talented.
Yeah.
Budge.
So I feel like maybe he's just what this movie needs. Besides the guy that plays Yondu in Guardians of the Galaxy. What's his name?
Yeah, he's back.
What's the actor's name?
I forget his name. I honestly don't know his name, but he's a very talented guy.
Let's look it up.
But yeah, so there's a lot of great things.
Oh, his name is Michael Rooker. Am I pronouncing that right? Yeah. It's Michael Rooker. So I like him. He's a very good actor. He played Yondu in Guardians of the Galaxy, like we mentioned, and then also he was in The Walking Dead. So I feel like this movie will be a lot more interesting than the previous ones, just because we see a little bit of more better actors, I would say. Better actors than the other one that was before this one. And then also, who else is in it? Oh, John Cena is going to be in it. Yep. So I think maybe that's going to add the right amount of comedy to it too, because I think John Cena's pretty funny. No one ever knew that. But ever since he came out on Trainwreck, I kind of like been noticing like this dude's pretty funny. So I think that maybe this movie, it does kind of entice me to want to watch it. Mostly because I like Idris Elba. He's a very good actor. And Michael Rooker.
So number 3 on the trailer kind of got you pumped for the movie.
Yeah, it got me pumped.
Yeah.
It got me really interested in it. On a rating scale from 1 to 5, I'm going to rate that one a 4. So it looks pretty interesting to me.
Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of formulas that seem similar, James Gunn, this seems like a Guardians of the Galaxy kind of vibe.
Really?
The humor is the same. It's kind of like a group of bands together.
I personally don't mind that.
I don't mind that, though. Like, the reality is that if he can add kind of a similar formula but make it still different, because the trailer kind of gives it an individuality, but at the same time, the same humorous type of vibe we got from Guardians of the Galaxy. This is going to be more rated R. Let's be realistic. This is not going to be more PG-13, so it's going to have more a crude humor, I think. It's going to be a little more adult humor, I think, just for the franchise. If it's rated R, that's where it's going to go. And James Gunn, I think he was the best guy. Like, obviously, Marvel dropped the ball, letting him go. Whatever was going on in that situation, letting him go, and then he had to go.
Hold on, I did not know that.
Yeah.
I am not very familiar with that.
Okay, so
wait, James Gunn did Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep.
Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah, so he directed Guardians of the Galaxy. They let him go. A little incident that happened, and then they hired DC hired him to work for Suicide Squad. So and then Marvel was trying to get him back, but they're like, "Look, I'm doing."
No, they messed up.
Hold on, they said, let me do Suicide Squad first, and then I'll come back and do Guardians of the Galaxy 3. But that's my last one, because he was like, "That's it, I'm done." And now Suicide Squad. This third trailer, I watched the first one and the second one. This third one still kind of seems the same as the first and the second one. This doesn't seem that different. There, you get a little bit of humor there, but
no wonder he's in the movie. Michael Rooker.
Yeah, because they hired. Yeah, that's pretty much the same.
That's what I was like. Oh, it's Yondu.
So I'm gonna say, because the trailer didn't seem exact, it seems almost the same formula as the other ones, just a little add-on. I'm gonna give it a 4.2. Because it was great. Like, it still got you pumped for the movie. The humor was in there, and there was a lot to go on. So yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I already rated it. I said 4.
Yeah, you said 4 as well. And now we're gonna end our final one with the trailer that came out about a couple months ago, and that is Fast 9. Because me and my partner here have been doing. We watched the Fast and the Furious franchise. I think we started at 4.
I'm a fan. I am a huge fan.
I think we started at 4 together. We started the Fast 4 together, and then from there we watched all the franchises together.
Yeah. So we didn't watch the ones
the
before.
The first one, the second one, or the third one together.
Yeah, we didn't watch those. But
we weren't together at that time.
Yeah, we weren't together at the time. But that comes to show you. Since we've been together for 10 years, this franchise has been older than that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of amazing.
That's bonks.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So anyway, we've been watching all of them. I am a huge fan.
Even if they're ridiculous, we know they're ridiculous. We're not saying that they're the best movies of all time. No. They're just really great action-packed movies. We just love the ridiculousness.
So it might not be for everyone. We recognize that because it has its own cheese.
Real.
Yeah, like the action in it. I love it though. I'm not gonna lie. So this one was pretty enticing.
Yeah. No.
Only because again, John Cena is in it. So. But this time, I actually noticed he's not playing the funny guy. He's playing serious.
And
so that's the first time. That's the first time we get to see more of his character. Yeah. We haven't seen John Cena do a very serious role, like in a major movie.
Major movie, yes.
Yeah. So this is the first time we'll get the chance to see him in action. And I want to see that. I want to see what he's like in a serious role. Because if he's a good actor, then we probably might have been sleeping on him the whole time.
Well, look, there's no denying that the guys that we've seen in comic books when we were kids who were big and bulky, we thought that was exaggerations. But now we're seeing these people that are built from wrestling and all that stuff. Yeah. They're coming into the acting realm. And they look like what we've drew in fictional characters. Now they're really like superheroes. You can actually use these people. They're built that way. Like, The Rock is going to be Black Adam. Okay? And John Cena's playing this funny, like, Captain America douchebag version, which is going to be great, too. When you watch the episode, or the trailer, it gives you that. So, but for the Fast 9 franchise, he's playing the villain. This is going to be great.
Yeah,
they bring a lot of characters back.
And if we didn't mention it before, and it's not something that we're giving away, if you haven't watched this trailer, go ahead and watch it. He's playing Dom's brother.
I think they already said it in the sequel.
That's a plot twist right there, because to be honest, in real life, I don't think they look anything alike. I don't see any.
Yeah, no, I think.
But it's interesting. They might have had different parents or something, like a different dad or a different.
Yeah, there probably could be something like that. Like he abandoned him because he was a bastard to him or something. I don't know.
Yeah, so we get a little chance to kind of see what happens inside their family. You know how in Fast and the Furious it's all about family. Yeah. So we get a chance to see like what Dom's story is like, maybe. Yeah. Because they're gonna talk about it, and I did get a chance to see like the action. I'm not gonna lie, it looks a little cheesy.
Yeah.
Again.
Over top again. Here we go. Fast 6 again.
Yeah. Exaggerated, like, CGI. Yeah, it has all that.
And Fast 7, by
with
the way.
Letty jumping on top of the car.
Yeah.
Like, you get all that. Obviously, that's what we love.
And Dom jumping off a truck.
For the Fast and the Furious fans out there, that's what we love.
Let's get cheesy.
Let's get cheesy. Who cares? That's what we love. So, yeah, I'm kind of excited about this one.
Yeah.
However, I'm not going to give it a 5, only because I know there's a possibility that it might not live up to the expectation. So for that, I'm going to give it a 4.
I think after watching all of the franchise, I know from 4 to... Actually, from 1 to all that, 4 obviously was the whole change up of the story from there. But I'm going to say that I'm optimistic. I think Fast 7 wasn't that great, unfortunately, because of the incident that tragically happened to Paul Walker.
Oh, yeah. Really
but
sad.
they were trying to do a proper send-off, so you can't blame them for trying. And Fast 8 was where they went back onto the game, and now they're doing Fast 9, and I'm optimistically looking forward to it. I think they're going to do a great job. I think this is going to be a great franchise. I think they should end it on 10.
What?
Yeah, they should just end it on 10. 10 Fast and the Fury movies is enough for the world.
To be honest,
Don't go
when
anymore.
I saw Fast 9, I was like, really?
Yeah,
oh,
it was.
And we didn't even mention Hans is coming back.
Yeah,
So
twist.
that was the twist. I was like, wait, didn't he die?
None of the Fast franchise
I thought he
characters
died.
passed away, apparently. Besides Gal Gadot, she's gone forever.
I thought Hans died.
Yeah, he did. And now they're going to try to twist it around and act like
So I
he
want to
didn't.
see what they got cooking underneath
Yeah,
that,
no.
like, you know, in that pot. Like, what
I just hope
was
they-
it that brought him back?
I just
wanna
hope
know.
they're not going to say like he was blown up and then he survived the fire. He had 3rd-degree burns and they somehow gave him surgery and he became back again. That will be too much. All right, we already have enough cheese. But based on the trailer, I'm gonna what would you rate it? I mean, we don't actually have to rate it.
I said 4. To be honest,
Oh, yeah,
if
4.
if I ever rate any trailer a 5, it would have to be like, I don't know, something that I really love and that I know is going to be worth it, like maybe a James Cameron movie or a Christopher Nolan movie.
Yeah.
Or like a Marvel movie.
Well, just so based on the
like, you know, it's gonna be good.
So based on the trailers, we'll leave it on this. I'm gonna say for me, just because I'm biased to it, I'm gonna give it a 4 because I don't want to give you guys the 5 and tell you go ahead watch it because you guys might not. But anyways, that was just a little extra we wanted to add it. That was a trailer that came out 2 months ago, but we just wanted to add it that because we're big fans. We're gonna end it on that note, guys. If you guys like this, please share, subscribe to the channel. As always, we really appreciate you guys. Catch you guys later. Peace.
Bye.